Alright, let's go. What's up, everybody? Genesewa here. Hanging out, prepping for DragonCon. Oh my god. That thing is all over the place. Holy. Holy. How is everybody? How's everything going? So I'm DragonCon prepping. I didn't realize how much still needed to be done. So I was like, I need to figure out a way. I don't know if I'll even be able to figure it out before DragonCon, but I'm debating on if I want to do like paint or like do things on stream. But I do have my Ronzi pants, shorts, my Ronzi booty shorts that I'm currently painting up. Go away. Oh my god. So yeah, I have my Letterkenny shorts that I'm currently painting to go with my friend Neon in my cosplay for Letterkenny. We're doing the two gym rat gay boys. We're just doing the more femme versions of them, but we're not butching them up. You know what I mean? Hey Rowdy, how are you doing? Heck yeah, you bought black nail polish finally? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love that. Good for you. I figured today I'm going to probably not talk too much on politics. I probably will, but I'm going to be like sitting here painting this motherfucker a little bit. Just enough to like get it to where I have to lay it down to dry. But I have to get my shorts done. And I have to get my poster done. You can kind of tell. I'm freehanding it, so I'm doing it in pencil first, so you can't really see the pencil lines. But I swear it does say Leg Day Gay Bay. Or, no. Leg Day Bay Gay. I think I said that right. But that's the thing that Neon and I are cosplaying is those two specifically from the Leg Gay Day or the Leg Bay Gay Day. Fuck, I can't even do it. So anyways, we're doing that episode. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. My only regret is I didn't get us the badge ribbons like I was hoping. Yeah, the show Letterkenny. Yep. So yeah, we're doing that for just fun. We're doing quite a few unhinged cosplays. Again, I realized that I didn't have shit done that I needed to get done. I need to I need to make like all the lines on this blue bodysuit for my Team Zissou. Nobody in our crew has ever cosplayed Esteban because Esteban is, spoiler alert, the whole movie is based on that, like it's literally in the beginning. But and if you haven't watched Life Aquatic, I don't know how to help you, so spoiler alert. So he dies, and yeah, I'm going to make this as bloody and gross as possible. So I'm going to use my Han actor skills to make this the Team Zissou wetsuit and get it nasty, and then nasty myself up, and it's going to be a fun time. We're going to look real fucking nasty, and I'm really stoked about it. Because I'm going to do photos this year, because not a single fucking person ever comes through with my photography for my group photo shoots, so I'm just gonna start doing them myself because my camera that I have has the ability to wire into my phone, so I'm gonna just start doing that. Yeah, that movie's amazing. I love Wes Anderson, so I can't help myself. So yeah, these are like a few of the things I'm trying to work on for the next couple of days and get them completely finished up. Trying to get these shorts done possibly tomorrow. I'm gonna see if my partner can help me with my lines on my suit tonight. I don't know. If not, then I'll just do it myself because I don't think it needs to be like... Yeah. I have to be very careful about what I'm doing because I'm currently painting this and it's all white. And I wanted people to see you do that, but I guess not. Oh. Oh! Bruce, I think right now is not the time to jump up there. We have 6 days till DragonCon, bud. We can't do this. This is not a thing that we can do. Oh my god, what a monster. What a little nugget monster. I don't know what he's trying to do back there, but he's definitely wanting the attention. I think that he's now coming to the realization that this isn't just me packing up random things. This is DragonCon prep, baby. Oh shit. I'm that close to the end? Yeah, like got just this little small segment to finish up painting and not get it everywhere. Oh my god. Painting white, especially with the red, is so fucking stressful. Nugget, I hear you back there rustling through some things. What you up to, little man? And then once I'm done with this, I have to, like, lay it flat somewhere where I'm not gonna fuck with it. So I'm gonna have to run out of the room in a second. But one pant leg is down, shorts leg is down, and I will just need to finish up the other side, and then Ronzi is done. But yeah, have you seen Letterkenny? I didn't think I'd like the show, and I didn't like it at first, and then I started to, like, I watched Shoresy, and then I was like, okay, I can get into this. So the only reason that I watched Letterkenny is because of Shoresy. Because I was like, oh yeah, no, I really love this. Oh, hey, Kaiju. Yeah, no, I'm just painting because it's the fastest method. And it's just easier. Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that. Not for this. I mean, if I really want to embroider it later, I can. But honestly, I would just put, like, some fabric on the end of it and re-sew it. I wouldn't go as far as to do that level of detail. Not for this. This is just kind of a... She's gonna watch a second Hobbit. Oh, no. Alright, so we got one short leg completely painted. I'll be right back. Oh my god, I can't touch anything. Hello. He's just knocking shit down at this point. Alright, so yeah, so now we got half of the shorts painted. That's one thing off half a thing off my to-do list. I still have to make my Emily bonnet. I forgot all about my Nosferatu, like, bonnet thing. I'm like, oh shit, I have to make that too, but I think I can make it, like, super fast. That's not, like, anything too crazy. I just have to grab some flowers and various things and kind of do whatever to it. That's why I realized whenever I was test running Ellen... Oh, it's Ellen, not Emily. Jesus Christ. I did test run Tinky Winky and realized that I didn't have this. So I'm going to be putting foam clay over this and then spray painting it, and I have to do that ASAP. But I needed to do like a store run with a lot of stuff, so I'm like, okay, all right, we gotta do this, buds. Oh my god. Still have to paint up the Leg Day Gay Bay sign. I embroidered a ghoul back patch on your battle vest before a show. Oh my god. Yeah, embroidering into denim, yeah, I can imagine that's hell on knuckles for sure. Yeah, I was putting together my Hobbit. Actually, let me get her packed because we have my Hobbit ready to go into the box. That is today's costume that we're going to pack. Because my Hobbit, fun fact, shares Debbie Thornberry's wig. So they're both going to be in there together, ready to go. I just have to find her belt. And I think her belt is over here. No. It might be in the box. It might be in the OC box. Let's see. These are original characters. This is the box of, it's the only time that you'll see a stethoscope, thank you, Libby Lobotomy, and a Bible that is just covered with white, thanks to Bridget. So, Bridget's wig, who is starting to come out of the bag. Where's my belt? Oh, I need this. Need my little corset for my hobbits. And I need my belt. Where the crap is my belt at? Oh, there's my old phone. What the hell? Oh. That might be the thing that I say, hey, go search out that belt. 'Cause she's gone. Well, crap. I'm also missing one of my Viking drinking horn, too, which I'm very upset about, by the way. Alright, yep. Welp, that sucks. So it looks like we have to find my brown belt. And just like I said yesterday about the packing situation, anything that is missing, I'll do it the next day. And I did, in fact, find let's do this. Hey, what you doing? There we go. Look at that. Oh, nope. There we go. I wish that this was like, I have a wide angle on this motherfucker and it's not wide angling. It's just rude. Anyway, we got the box. We got the acorn with the frog. The frog friend, very important things for a hobbit. That technically will go in the prop box, but for now, into the regular box. Corset with the dress. A hobbit needs their cute little hobbit dress. Got that. Into the box she goes. I hate how this is supposed to follow me and it's absolutely not doing its job. We got our cup and plate, which is exactly why I need my fucking belt. Into the box, hopefully, to find that. Flowers, of course. And my jacket. Speaking of embroidered, this jacket thing. Big pockets for snacks. Important things. into the thing it goes. Now, like, then we got Debbie Thornberry, her thing, her little jacket thing. Got that. We already are that full. That's just 2 fucking cosplays. Bruce, I'm gonna need you to move, Nugs. Hey, can you move? Can you move? Can you move? We also have... Oh, I wanted to grab this too. Important flags. The Vulturi. And God Bill Murray. Important things. But those go into the bottom box. Those are for the room. Alright. These will eventually go into the prop box. But oh, hello. You're not following me. I don't like that. Oh. Oh. Eventually, these will make their way to the prop box. But not today. Yeah, that's already full. So, now Eva is packed. So technically we have 2, which is good because I wanted at least 1 a day. And because it's DragonCon and I can be slutty, we got a thong. Thongs are the important part of DragonCon, Nugget. He's like, get away from me. Get away from me. Alright. We have packed up several items. I am now very happy with that. Trying to think. Eva just needs her Eva wig, which is in the bathroom. That it needs to be washed so badly. So badly. So she's gonna get a good old wash before we take her, which will be nice. I love wearing a fresh wig. It's great. Feels nice. But yeah, so we got that. I have to... Yeah, no, I'm actually doing pretty well on all this. I think I might run out and grab like a really large Sharpie so I can draw out the lines for the Leg Day Bay Gay sign. And then I don't know how those actors did that entire skit. Like, that is one of my favorite Letterkenny skits. Is episode 2 of season 7, I think, where it's like the cards. And highly recommend watching it. But like the 4 of those boys doing that whole skit, so impressive, because I'm barely able to say Leg Day Bay Gay. And they're just like, and then they're talking about like, oh, and then we're gonna have a Leg Day Bay soiree, and Leg Day Bay, like, and I'm just like, oh my god, like that's such an impressive ability to keep those lines correct. Good job to that cast. Good job. So, anyways, I'm like, I'm doing a little less politics this week because DragonCon is coming up, and that is going to take up a lot more of my mental fortitude. Also, if someone wants to go to DragonCon, I have a room to offload, so hey, hit me up. Which is also very stressful because I don't want to have to pay for the room because I've already paid for the room, and won't really have a choice in the matter because I'm staying at another hotel. So, yep. R.I.P., I guess. So yeah, I'm definitely kind of pissy about it, but I mean, if I really don't want it to come down to it to where I don't offload that fucking room. But I mean, whatever happens, happens, I guess. So if any friends of mine want to go, I mean, at this point, I'll just pretend like there's 4 people in that room and just start splitting it up. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know, dudes. What a fucking nightmare. I hate this. But anyways. I'm so mad about it. I'm mad that I couldn't get all my days that I wanted for DragonCon at the Cortland, and now I have to go to a different hotel just to accommodate. And yeah, this is gonna suck if I don't offload that fucking room. Not like we're in a recession, going into a depression, and our fucking world is crashing. You know, it's not like any of that's happening, so I don't have to stress out. It's not like I'm losing my job in a month and a half. So, great, love it for me. But yeah, what a crazy fucking time. I cannot believe I put all this shit off until the very last minute and didn't realize. I can't. Oh yeah, I wanted to write that down too. I needed to do the packing list. But I was watching news stuff. I can't help myself. That is something that I can't help. So there are some things I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely talk about that for sure. But I was looking at my lineup and I was like, okay, I don't really have a whole lot that I'm doing. So I might end up going kind of gothy. You know, like, I might just, like, bring some real goth clothes and just fucking slut it up, since I don't ever get to. I don't get to, like, really have my ass out at cons. And I want that so badly. I miss it. I can't wait to go home and have my ass out. Anyway. I really am excited to like do the Swag and Seek. I've been like really on the Swag and Seek forums, like checking out everybody's stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to like start searching for things and swapping things out and blah blah blah. Like I'm really stoked about it. I'm really stoked about it. It is my favorite. I think it's one of my favorite parts of DragonCon is the Swag and Seek. And I feel like that's such a little kid thing, but I just absolutely love it. I adore it. I think it's the cutest. It makes me want to do a bunch of swag and give it out and like give things to people. I've really like went through a bunch of my things and kind of like cleaned up like little trinkets that I have. I try to give trinkets that I used to have for, or that I found at Swag and Seek, and I'll give them back to the community. Like, I think, yeah, this little guy. I got this little guy. He's probably not going anywhere, but someone made little Godzillas that have, like, movable parts, and he's just absolutely the cutest little guy. He's just so cute. I just realized he's fucking purple and green. Whoa, that color follows me, doesn't it? Shit, I didn't have a choice. But yeah, he's got like just like little, he jiggles. So I absolutely love that little guy, and I'm not gonna get rid of him. And then I have, I got a little Cthulhu, also green, to no surprise. Come on. I don't know if they'll focus. You can kind of see him. Yeah, there he goes. So I got a little Cthulhu. So yeah, just like little things like that I really enjoy, so I'll keep them around for a while. Those two will probably stick with me. If I give up the Cthulhu, I'm probably gonna give it to a friend of mine. But yeah, I go through like my little stuff, and I'm like, okay, I think it's time to release you to another owner, and here you go. Like, so yeah, Swag and Seek is always my favorite. I don't know. I just enjoy doing the whole routine of it. I'm probably gonna go to the Swag and Seek group meetup as well. So if you're at DragonCon and you happen to like run across, I think it's on Thursday. Yeah, it's on Thursday. I don't know what I'm gonna wear on Thursday. I need to figure out what day we're doing our Party Wizards and what day we're doing Tinky Winky. So I should probably figure that out, like, immediately. Where's our Unhinged Teletubbies group? Come on. Unhinged. I can't find our group. Oh, God. Well, I guess I'm not gonna fuck around with that for a hot second, but, oh, Riley messaged me. Shit. Instagram has, like, the worst way to send messages. I don't even understand how it's supposed to work. I just don't even, I'm not even gonna pretend or try to pretend that I know how it works. Because I can't ever get fucking messages anymore. I've just resigned myself to the life that Instagram is forcing me into. Right, Nugget? Hi. Hello. Hello. Oh my God, I love my cat so much. So yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of stressed out about the DragonCon situation and trying to get everything in time. I have I have a jersey that still isn't here yet, and I'm getting a little nervous on that one. I have, yeah, I didn't even write it down because I'm so stressed and I don't think that I'm gonna get it in time, and I'm really sad about it because I think Neon is gonna get theirs before me even, and I paid like super extra to get like 2-day shipping or 3-day shipping, something like that. And yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna end up getting it. I'm gonna be very upset if I don't. Oh yeah, Tinky Winky. And then let's see, Ho Ellen. I want to do that probably Friday. Well, I need to figure out when everyone's doing stuff. Esteban. I think I might just do Gamora and then that's it. I'll bring Ivy just to be on the safe side, but I think that that's not gonna end up happening. Oh, then I might do that on Thursday. I might be green on Thursday. That might be the day. That might be the day. Coming up with, like, which days I'm gonna do what whenever I body paint is, like, way harder than you would realize. Because you have, like, if I'm gonna be pink, that means it has to be the last day of a convention. No matter what. Like, if I'm gonna be pink, and I do enjoy being pink, but if I'm gonna be pink, it has to be on the last day, or else I am very pink stained for like 4 days or so. So I have to like decide based off of that. It's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. It's alright though. It's fine. It's DragonCon. I'll sleep whenever I'm back home. Oh God. Oh man. So yeah. I don't know if anybody saw the updates on, oh my God, on Nicole Colley, but apparently she was threatened with a felony for being on a call. Like, she has been on calls like this whole time and doing interviews and doing all this stuff. And they threatened her with a felony while she was on an interview with Cory Booker, Gavin Newsom, and this reporter and her. Like, there was the 4 of them, and they apparently threatened her with a felony if she didn't get off the call. And I'm like, this is absolutely just helping her case. She's going to win this court case. You guys are holding her against her will. And I guess there's a few senators that ripped up their what do you call it, their forms or something, and now they're also being held. Right. Truth be told, they shouldn't have done that anyways to begin with. Like, they shouldn't have signed those fucking papers. Though, like, that paperwork that they're making them sign to have cops follow them is absolutely against the law. Like, everything that they did to break quorum is in their constitution. They're allowed to do that, but they're saying that they're not. God, this administration just feels so entitled to just change the laws and move the goalpost on a whim without seeing the hypocrisy. And then the second that you slug them back in the shoulder, then all of a sudden they cry. They call us snowflakes? Bruh. Bruh. They're snowflakes. They cry more than anybody else that I've seen. Anybody that's been on the left, I haven't seen anyone actually, like, I've seen us cry, like, whenever it first happened. Like, whenever he first got elected. And we're, like, you know, crying about it for a hot second, and then we got pissed, and now we're just pissed off. There isn't a sadness to this. This is we're going to do everything that we can to keep this democracy, because we're not going to let it go without a fucking fight. They're on the wrong side of history. They're on the wrong side of history, point blank. End of discussion. There's not a single thing that you can say to convince me otherwise. That man is a fucking pedophile. All over the Epstein files. All over these documents. Epstein's flight logs. Epstein, like, all this shit. He's always been there. That's his best fucking friend. That's his best fucking friend. Like, 30, I think it was like 30,000 transactions between the two of them. That's doing some shady shit. That's some shady shit. Putting Ghislaine Maxwell into a low security prison, which, by the way, is next to a college campus. Anybody know that one? And she can literally walk out. It's not a normal prison. It's a very low security prison, because most of those women are out on work releases. She could just walk out. And, like, there were some dudes on the internet saying, like, oh, are they going to try and, like, offer? And I'm like, if they wanted to do that, they didn't have to move her to a maximum or a minimum security prison. I don't think Epstein killed himself. I don't. Those videotapes made it even more obvious that something went down. That tape was fucked with. There's even a cursor move on the screen. There are CSI agents that specialize in surveillance photos and videos and making sure that they're not doctored. And apparently that video had been saved several times before it was even released. There's cuts in it. There's jumps. It's not even showing you his cell. So it's like, oh, thank you so much, Shad. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, I'm just like, bro, this is fucking nuts. This is so fucking nuts. But I truthfully, with every fiber of my being, I don't think he's going to be with us much longer. I don't. With him talking about heaven, and the way that he is, like, mushy-brained. And then I saw some, like, clips, that were like, hey, this is happening right in this moment, of, like, the meeting with Zelensky, the entire United or the UN, and or not the entire UN, but, like, the NATO and Trump. And the Italian prime minister, like, picks her seat up and, like, scooches herself way over from Trump after, like, going like this. And people are speculating it's because he's shitting himself in that moment, which we've all heard stories of that. We've heard firsthand accounts that he is just shitting himself in front of people, and he stinks. It's like, because he's incontinent. It's been very, very well documented that he's incontinent, which happens when you get older. Just in general, that happens when you get older, but that especially happens whenever you've been on drugs, specifically the ones that he's been on, supposedly, in, you know, the 80s. I mean, he was a real estate dude in the 80s. The 80s ate most of the cocaine in the world. So, like, you can't tell me that he wasn't at least partaking in some party drugs. Like, you can't. I feel like anybody that was, like, well established back in those days, I think that he had to have been doing some hardcore drugs, you know? I mean, for God's sakes, there's movies all about it, and it's very well documented in various circles of, you know, celebrities telling the stories of, like, the drug parties and shit that they went to in the 80s. He was in that circle. He was in that network. Birds of a feather. Yeah, he's full of shit that's leaking. Oh, absolutely is. And, yeah, the Quaaludes, yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. So, like, it's not surprising whatsoever that he's out there shitting himself. But the problem is we shouldn't have a president that's out there shitting himself. This isn't a nursing home. It's the White House. If we have a president that is involuntarily shitting themselves, they need to be moved from one house to another home. You know what I mean? Like, this should not even be something that is happening. And at some point, like after they all kind of, you know, said, okay, we're, you know, this is the end of the meeting, and everybody was kind of talking, Trump was the only one not talking to anyone. He was alone. Just like he's making Americans. He's making us alone. He's cutting us off from the rest of the world. Because none of those leaders want anything to do with him. You could see that on their faces in that meeting. And the reason that they came with Zelensky, by the way, all of those, like, the prime ministers and everything, most of the time they vacation this time of the year because things aren't in session. So a lot of them literally dropped everything to be at this meeting. I wonder why. It's because they are like, we're not allowing Zelensky to go back into the lion's den solo to get belittled again. Which, kudos to him, because he was a stand-up comedian, and him talking to Marjorie Taylor Greene's, like, press husband, like, I changed, but you didn't. It's the same suit. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's it, bud. Oh, that's good. That's some good shit right there. And I was like, whenever he did that, I was like, yeah. Because Zelensky has to play this stupid fucking game. Trump's making all of them play this stupid fucking game. And it's all to give him, to, like, fluff him. Bro, there's not enough in this world that can fluff something that small. Okay? I'm just telling you. I'm a professional since 2005. There's not enough. There's nothing in this world that can fluff that. Nothing. Okay? So let's just say that right now. Because that motherfucker ran outside for, like, and took a fucking phone call for 45 minutes with Putin. And then Putin made fun of him and put American flags on their tanks. Like, all of this is so goddamn embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing. I've always been embarrassed to be an American, for real, always. And now it's like 2,000,000% worse. Where I've just resigned myself to the fact that, like, I was born poor white trash. I'm gonna stay poor white trash. So I guess I'm gonna have to just deal with that in my life. And whatever, it's fine. It is what it is. I know how to deal with it, and I don't care anymore at this point. I don't care. It is what it is. But to see that, God, the Frenchman, though, the French piece of my heart that comes from my dad's side fucking wants to scream, because it's even worse for that side of me, because the French hate the Americans, and it's like way painful for me. So painful. I can feel my lineage just screaming. And I'm like, yo, it's your fault. Y'all fucking came here. We could have stayed in Canada or went back to France. One of the two. But no. That family wanted to sell off all of their gas stations and come to America and lose all their money. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? So angering. So angering. Jesus Christ. It sucks. This sucks. But, you know, I truthfully think that if he croaks, that it's... I just don't know if JD Vance has the fucking backbone to be able to accomplish anything that the Heritage Foundation wants. I just don't think that any of them will. Like, I don't think that he will be able to, I don't think so. I think that he's gonna fail miserably, might make us worse off than we are. But I would like to think that maybe he doesn't have the backing like Trump does, so he won't be able to get anything accomplished. I'm going to keep telling myself that, just so I don't have to stress about it, and just look at the light at the end of the tunnel of Trump dying before he can get a peace award, and before he can run for 4 more years. Because that motherfucker is gonna. He's already planning it. This is all the plan to make it to where we can't have an election. And then also, J.D. Vance running against literally anyone. That boy is barely functioning. He has couch on a brain. You know what I mean? Like, constant. He's got that couch brain. It's full of stuffing up there. So he's not thinking. He's not gonna think. He doesn't have the backing. He doesn't have the respect. I put hard quotes on that one, because this isn't respect. This is a cult. So I don't know. This is ridiculous. And then to watch fucking I think it was JD Vance and Hegseth in Grand Central Station or whatever, or the main station in DC, and bringing more military and being like, we're doing, and the news people were like, why aren't you in one of the areas that has the most crime? And they're like, well, the crime happens here. And then they use the oldest term ever. Well, we look for vagrancy. And I was like, what is this, 1920? What the fuck? What sucks about JD Vance is it would bolden Dems to run another center-right corporate stooge. Ew, yeah, that's a good point. Ugh. No, because we can't allow a middle ground kind of person at this point. We just can't. because they've shifted the tide so badly to where now we are so far behind the rest of the world, and we are stepping back like every single day. There was a recall on shrimp recently because it was found to have traces of oh my god, they were not biohazardous. I'm gonna have to look at it because I know I wrote it down the other day. Oh, radioactive. That's the word I was looking for. Because I never thought I'd have to say those fucking two things in a sentence. So yeah, shrimp from Walmart is being recalled because it's radioactive. What the fuck? We would end up with another Trump in 10 years. Yeah, exactly. We would end up with another situation just like this. We can't do that. The thing is like, we have white people creating communities for only white people, and they even said in interviews that the reason that they're doing this now is because they know that there won't be any repercussions from the government. It's against the law to have a full now, to be honest, like, I'm half and half on each side. Like, I'm like, yay, we know where they are, and we know where to go or not go. And then we also have, like, the other side where it's like, where does this stop? Where does it stop? So, you can't have it both ways. This side's gonna bastardize it until we end up having fucking segregation again. And I'm not willing to fucking do that. I'm not willing to see my black, brown, and indigenous friends suffer more than they've already fucking suffered. And to have that happen on top of it, I'm not willing to allow white people to have their own little communities, so I know where the fuck to stay away from. Because it's gonna end up where my friends aren't even allowed to be seen with me out in public, like it was in the fucking 20s or whatever. I'm not willing to go down that road. Either you get with the fucking program, or you get the fuck out. Get some fucking help. Go to therapy. Because obviously your racism, homophobia, transphobia, and everything else, anti-women, is all because you're probably jealous. You're probably mad that you want these things, but you can't, quote unquote, have them. But you're too fucking dumb and arrogant to admit that. So, get help. Go to a therapist. Talk it out. It's great. Get medicated. Because a lot of these motherfuckers need to be medicated, and they refuse to go because they think going to therapy and talking about your feelings is gay. That's why they don't wash their ass, because they don't want to touch their own butthole. You're gay, dude. If you're that trans and homophobic, you're probably that. Come out of the closet, bud. Go to a therapist. Work through your shit. Work through your shit. Heal thyself, motherfucker. It's tough. It's not an easy road. But at least you can come up to speed with the rest of us, instead of being a gremlin that we're going to have to throw you into a cave because you're just caveman brain can't even come up to speed with the rest of us. You can't have empathy. You can't have a fucking reality check. Like, come on, dudes. I swear to God. It just angers the shit out of me. Like, none of this has to happen. So, like, no. I'm not going to be happy with them having their own little fucking area. Despite the fact that, yes, it's... God, I would love that, because then you can just never go to that town, ever. But then what about those kids that are in that town? that are probably going to be inbred. If I'm going to be completely honest. White people love inbreeding. We do. Look at the obsession with the royal family. That I rest my case on. We love Game of Thrones. I rest my case. So, like, that town's going to be pretty gnarly in the gene pool. And I'm not, like... Again, I kind of want it to stay over there, but we can't even risk that. As I've said before, like, you can't even give these people, like, an inch because they're going to take a huge mile on this. And I just can't. Oh, man. I gotta delete that. Gotta ban. Ooh. I honestly have no idea how to do it. Fuck. I did it yesterday. I absolutely have to sit here and, like, fuck with my stream tomorrow. Because, God, I need to fix a bunch of things on this. This sucks. Ban. Perfect. So, yeah. I just, this whole thing is just absolutely fucking bananas. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. There is, like, another, like, there's just countless amounts of ICE situations going on right now. Was it Santa Carlita, California? A child was literally taken off of his bike and thrown into a van. And the mom found the bike whenever she went to go search for him 20 minutes later. Like, that mom could have had her child abducted. For real, for real. Not just by ICE, but, like, actually abducted. Who's to know? I've said this so many times. I'm like, this situation is going to escalate. I don't know which side is going to escalate at first, but the thing is that we don't know who the fuck these people are. There's bounty hunters out there making money off of brown people's heads, which is a whole thing, like, slavery thing. It's the same thing to me. Like, it quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. But you have this child that is taken off the street, and his mom didn't even know. So she files a missing persons report, thinks that her child has been abducted and killed. Come to find out it's an ICE, like, van that picked him up. How in the fuck is this okay? How in the fuck is this alright? We have these children getting swept up in these raids and shit. There was a 6-year-old little girl that was taken. We have cancer patients that have been taken. We have, like, Iraqi citizens that were here legally because they're here under asylum because they were going to get persecuted for being Christian. They're now taken. Where the fuck? It's not gonna stop. And I don't know if we're actually deporting these people. I haven't heard a fucking thing about if they're actually being led out of the United States, except for, like, a handful of situations. Are they actually, like, getting, like, pushed, like, brought to like, overseas still? Like, what is happening? Yeah, they'll get taken to for-profit detention centers. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm worried about. And we have fucking uh was it Apple giving Trump a gold bar as a gift. I'm like, this is bad. And other companies he's trying to make, you know, do business in the United States, or even worse, like trying to cut ties with other chip manufacturers for like our computers and whatnot, trying to cut them out to like bring in Intel, who has been on the plunge for a very, very long time. And so he's now like poo pooed Nvidia, and Nvidia is hurting now. However, like good news on like this is a way that we can make them hurt kind of thing is Target, the COO, is now stepping down because everybody stopped shopping there because of all the anti-DEI practices. And now they're losing Sephora in their stores because Sephora apparently they don't donate directly, but a lot of their employees and higher ups donate to the Democratic Party. So they're pulling out in 2026 because of all this. Must suck to suck, Target. But also, like, let's do the same thing to Walmart if we can. You know what I mean? Like, I know that some people can't because that's the only grocery store for miles. So I understand that there's not a lot of people that are able to do that. But that's something that I think is going to turn this around, is if we stop shopping. If we stop consuming, the companies are going to say we need to do something because we fucked up by pushing Trump into office. That's something that absolutely will work, because whenever you hurt them in their pocketbooks, they're not going to like it. Hence this situation. This is a good example of where we can band together and come up with a solution that we can do, practice, and then now we have some sort of change. Now, am I going to shop at Target? No. No, I'm not. Because the fact of the matter still remains is that the people that chose to be anti-DEI are still there. The COO is not the only person. So I ain't doing shit until they bring back DEI and they make a fucking statement. And they bring back their Pride merch. I guess go conservative, go broke. Because, yeah, people, and now we're going to start seeing, because, like, produce is up, like, 38%. Guys, this is going to be, like, this is going to be pretty gnarly of a ride. And I hope that everybody's buckled in, because this is going to be some scary shit. But I think that we're going to come out of this. No one, his approval rating is so far in the gutter, it's not even funny. Which I love. I love this for him. I love this for him. He shouldn't have an approval rating that's even decent. He is draining this country of its resources and destroying its people. You just aren't going to get away with it. You're not. It's just not something that us as Americans will allow. Our founding fathers told us different, so like we're gonna go with what the fuck they wanted and start, you know, we're gonna be protesting, we're gonna be calling our reps, we're gonna be not shopping at certain places, or, you know, cutting back at stores like Walmart and cutting back at places like Amazon and cutting back at things like wherever and doing things like that, because we're going to have to start doing those things to like see a bigger change in everything. Just my opinion. My humble opinion. That we need to stop doing this shit. And of course, like, well, I guess it's not bad because DragonCon is mostly local businesses and, you know, small businesses. Because anytime that I spend money at DragonCon, it's always like a small business that I'll purchase from. So there's that. So yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if anybody saw that Oklahoma is making their Democratic, like anybody that's coming from a blue state and trying to work in Oklahoma, they're making them take a PragerU test. It's great. Love this. Love this. Love this. It's great. And it's like, it's an anti-woke test, and I am just horrified that is what they're doing now. Is they're making their teachers take PragerU tests. As if that's gonna stop them. I mean, like, I could take a PragerU test and ace that motherfucker. Does that mean that I'm gonna be teaching your fucking kids that shit? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm there to teach them actual history and shit and actual facts, not feelings. And like, again, Trump going the Smithsonian and being like, we're going to take out everything in slavery. Just because your fragile whiteness is making you feel a certain way and uncomfy doesn't mean that that's not what the fuck happened. You look at it and go, I need to learn about this because fucking never again. And instead they're looking at it and they're going, I'm not seeing anything. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Don't tell me. I can't handle it. My little emotions can't handle it. That's how they act. That's how they act. Little crybabies. Little crybaby bitches. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. And then the world just laughing at us. We're the best country. No, we're not. No, we're not. I would love to have been a fly on the wall with the world leaders of NATO being like, no, we're not going to allow him to go by himself. We're going to fucking fight for him. And we're going to fight with him. I would have loved to hear them and hear the shit that they're talking about with him. Because you know that they were all on like a group call and they were like, this stupid motherfucker, he smells like shit. He's such a fucking pedophile. He did all this crazy shit. And Emmanuel Macron's like, he's trying to, like, one of his little proteges talk shit about my wife and now I'm suing her for billions of dollars. And she's out here trying to raise money by selling t-shirts because she doesn't have that money. You called his wife trans and she's not. And then continued to do so. Candace Owens, what are you trying to tell us, babes? Because it kind of looks like you're trying to tell us something, sir. That's what I think. That's what I think. My opinion on that one. So now she has to beg for money. And what's hilarious, what is absolutely the funniest fucking thing to me, and it's the thing that I keep fucking saying, is white supremacists don't give a shit about you if you're not as pasty white as them. I'm not even enough. I'm not enough. They look at me and my views and be like, and then be like, oh, she's also trans and gay and a witch. Yeah, fucking burn her. And I'd be like, yep, that checks out. And Candace Owens sitting there going, shocked Pikachu face, that two white men that used her and manipulated her and allowed her internalized racism to get the best of her, and they left her in the dust, and she's shocked Pikachu facing right now. It's not shocking, babes. They used you and threw you aside, which is exactly what they're going to do, Clarence Thomas. Looking at you, motherfucker. Because your wedding and your wife and that lifestyle is about ready to go too. Because if they're going to get rid of gay marriage, we've already said that so many times. Get rid of Roe v. Wade, gay marriage is next, and guess what? Interracial marriage right there on the chopping block too. Do you really think that it's going to go away, Clarence? No, you don't? Got some bad news for you, bud. Because that goes against the white replacement theory, which is what they believe. Doesn't really fit that narrative, does it? If you put your thinking cap on, bud. I just wish these motherfuckers would wake up and go, oh yeah, no, this white supremacy means not anyone that's not white. Okay, yeah. That, I mean, that's kind of in the name, and we should kind of realize that from the jump, but we thought we were special. No, you're not. No, you're not. Unfortunately, was raised in that shit, was like, ended up becoming in that shit, and then like got out of it and cleaned myself up. It's okay to fucking have to dust yourself off and be like, I was fucking wrong. I swear to God. People like that just they can't even come to terms with the fact that that they're not special. And they're not the you know, exception to the rule. You're not the exception to the rule. And I've said it before, any low-income white person, you're not the exception either. They're not looking at you. They're not looking at you. I see you're cross-eyed. They're not looking at you. You might be looking at them and a table, but you're not getting looked at, bud. And you voted for it. And now you can't pay for groceries. It's so sad to watch people in a cult and watch this shit go down. It is so unbelievably disheartening to watch this shit. They're doing it to themselves, though. Unfortunately, we have to fucking ride this train with them. So stupid. So absolutely asinine that's how it is. And how they're like, you're not special. Come on. None of us are. Trump ain't special. If his dad was still alive, you could just ask him. He'd be like, who's that? Donald Trump was the Donald Trump Jr. of him. Like, he ignores his children except for Ivanka. He has a second daughter, and I've never seen her around. Which I don't fucking blame her. Like, at all. But, like, the only child that he even acknowledges is Ivanka, and I wonder why. There's so many audio and videos of him saying that he would bang his daughter. Which I question if... I question. I really, really do. Because of the photos, because of the way that he's talked about her, because of all the things that he's alluded to in interviews, it's not sitting right with me. Every bit of my female intuition is going, that dude slept with his daughter. That's what this looks like. This looks like this to you? It looks like this to me. Because it does. It absolutely looks like that. I wouldn't put it past him. I just wouldn't. I don't know, man. Like, this is... They're getting weird. They're getting real fucking weird. So... I mean, they're not getting, they've been there. Sorry. They've been there for a while, but I'm wondering if, like, I just really wish that this pyramid would topple down upon them. I want to know how bad, like, how many times that man was actually in those files. I want to know exactly what the fuck he did. Like, I would like to know how bad this was. Because it's gotta be bad. There is rumor and speculation that Putin has all this shit on Trump, and that's the reason why Putin is doing the things that he's doing, is because he knows that Trump can't say anything to him because of what he has. And it feels accurate. It feels like that could be something that is the thing. You know? It feels like that could be something. And I would love to just have, like, my big question is if Trump dies during this presidency, will Putin just release it? And what's interesting is there was, like, a letter to Putin from Melania, and it was talking about the children, but wasn't specific on, like, what children or, like, where they are, etc., etc. It was a really weird like, letter. And to me, I'm like, I don't think that that's the only thing that she wrote in that letter. That she had, like, a press released in her letter that she sent, but she sent something different. Because I think she's Russian. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It makes me go, I don't know. I don't know. It all seems so weird. I'm trying not to go down the like, you know, not skeptical. Try not to go down the, like, you know, rabbit hole of things, but at the same time, like, some of the shit just seems a little too truthful and too real for them. Like, it just seems like something, all of this shit just seems like that's what's happening in the background. That's just me personally. I just feel like it's a little, it's there. There's some shit bubbling up in the bowels of it. Like, I don't know. I just really wish that they would release it. I think that there was a recent decision to not again release them. They keep on trying to, like, push it through, which good for the, like, Democrats and, like, trying to push that shit through to, like, get them to release it. But there's too many ties. There's too many, you know, things that we even see now that I'm sure that they'll never release that. I'm sure that they'll never release it. We'll never see him. I don't know. The fact that they were doing, like, meet and greets with the girls, like, the children, the little girls that were in this beauty contest, and they were supposed to meet, like, high-end VIPs, and this VIP party was these teenage girls and Trump and Epstein. That's a setup. Every girl here is like, that's a fucking setup. And of course, like, I'm sure that these girls didn't think anything of it because they're children. I'm sure that there was probably a few girls in there that were like, this is bad. But there was supposed to be all these VIPs and people that are, you know, model, you know, people that search for models and things like that. And nope. they were the only two there. Oh, it's just, I don't know. Like, my intuition is like, that doesn't feel right. Keep on talking, bud. You're just helping boost me. Thank you. So yeah, fuck Trump and everybody that supports him because they're a bunch of pedophiles. Because that shit is what he does. That shit is what he is. And that shit is what his followers are. A bunch of imbecilic, low IQ, hideous from the inside out, beta cuck bitches. Plain simple. So keep chatting, little boy. Keep on chatting, little boy. Love it. It boosts me. So anyways, back to the Epstein files and the fact that Trump is a pedophile. The fact that they won't release these fucking files is absolutely 100% proving that this man is in these. Like, all they are doing is just hiding the facts and pretending like nothing is real. And, oh, Captain, baby girl, you need to shut the fuck up. He's not going to be there for 4 more years. Dude's going to die. Do you see him swaying on that red carpet? Do you see him swaying on that red carpet? You know what that is? Dementia. Do you know what that is? Rotted brain. He ain't lasting 4 more. He's going to be gone in like, give it a year. Year and 2 months. He's going to be gone. And then all you're going to have is a couch fucker instead of a kid fucker. But I'm sure he does that too. Because they all do. You all do. Tell me more. Tell me more about how the Epstein files aren't real. Tell me more about how Trump isn't doing that shit. At this point, I'm just going to ignore. So, because I'm already bored with it. Anyway, I don't even know what I was going to say at this point. You guys derailed me. Not even as VP. Oh my god. Every time I say like, you have to take a shot. So, that's the whole point. I don't give a fuck. That's how I talk. I don't give a fuck. Like, you guys are so stupid. Is that better for you? Do you like that? Keep chatting. You're helping me. You know that, right? You're boosting me every time you chit-chat. God, why is it always YouTube that they're always coming over here and trolling? I barely have a following on this platform. And you guys always seem to find it. And always seem to chat on there. And always seem to boost me, which I fucking love. See? More attention. Keep going, babes. Keep going, little girls. Let's go. More attention. Stupid sluts. Go. 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 Hit me up. Keep going. God. The amount of insults that they slur and hurl. Absolutely. There you go. Now you guys got crowns. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Super Chats. Appreciate you guys. Let's talk more on the Epstein files and how your little boy is a pedophile. Let's see. Let's go into more things. How the entire UK and all of America, or all of the fucking globe is laughing at us. How Trump how Putin has American flags on his tank now. What a beta cuck. The Kremlin released a behind-the-scenes video saying that Trump is fawning over Putin. Beautiful. Putin spit roasts the hell out of Trump in between him and Netanyahu. They literally put him on the ends of his dick and whoop, swing him around like the beta cuck that he is. They fucked, by the way. Putin has fucked Trump. For sure. What a beta. And then, Oh God, calling his boyfriend in the middle of a war talks with Zelensky and NATO. Beautiful. Checking in with his little boyfriend. Little boyfriend. Little boy toy. Calling his little beta cuck going, hey, what's going on? I love this, that when America actually gave a shit about not being, you know, pieces of shit, we were against Russia. Could you imagine this shit happening with, like, Roosevelt during World War II? And him being like, yeah, let's just give you a piece of this land, Nazi Germany. Here you go, Hitler. You can have some land. That's exactly what these motherfuckers are. They're fucking Nazis. So, and then, like, a fucking reporter asking Trump if, you know, they're gonna give up land. And he's like, probably. No, that's not Russian land. That's Ukrainians' land. Get the fuck off. God. That's not your region. Get the fuck out. And Putin just steamrolling over Trump. Just steamrolling over Trump. Absolutely hilarious. If I wasn't here, it would be hilarious. But no. We got a beta cup bitch boy in the house. Whenever he should be in a home. Because he's shitting himself. I love how his simps don't give a fuck that he smells like shit. And that he does nothing for this country. And he does nothing but shit his pants. And that's it. Hey, Toy, how are you doing? I'm getting the snowflakes riled up over here. It's so easy. Literally, I didn't even watch anything that they said. I just made the eye contact with the camera and just talked shit. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that for them. What betas? So, I love riling up the troops. It's so easy. They're the ones that you punch in the shoulder and they cry because they didn't... Well, just because I punched you first. Oh, well. I'm doing great. I am doing great. Getting some stuff packed for DragonCon. Getting ready for a fun fucking week. Doing nothing but hanging out with friends, partying, dressing up. Doing wild shit. Not too wild, but wild nevertheless. Staying up late, doing the fun shit. So, Leia, how are you doing? Yeah, doing all that fun shit. So that's gonna be a great time. Probably gonna go live on those days and whatnot. Dude, I want you to know I'm not looking at your comments. I'll just continue making fun. Hey, Leia, I'm just gonna keep on making fun of Trump. He's orange, can't blend his face at all. The only wall that Trump is good at building is the wall on his fucking face. Hilarious. He can't even... He looks psycho. He literally looks like a dementia patient because he is. Dude was zigzagging all over that fucking red carpet, dude. Like a little bitch. Couldn't even stand in a straight line until his boyfriend was standing next to him and walking with him. Which I thought was absolutely adorable. I love old couples like that. That's so cute. Whenever they try to keep themselves, like... The scratch and sniff was hilarious. Right? Hilarious. I like, Abby and I making that stupid thing, I was like, yo, this is... We're out of control, Abby. We're fucking out of control, dude. But let's do it. Like, he came up with the idea. I was like, yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta fucking do it. Kaiju! How you doing? Yeah, the scratch and sniff thing was the funniest, stupidest thing I think I've ever done. And I was like, yeah, this is great, Abby. And then he's like, I have an idea for the next one. I was like, Abby, oh my God. So I don't think that, like, it was exclusive for that. But, like, I think that we're gonna do more. Or at least one for next year. And I was like, this is so silly. Oh my God. Oh, so funny. I can't. Oh, no fucking way. There's also someone on the other side, too? It doesn't smell like anything, Leia. That was the troll. That was the absolute troll. Hey, you took the crown. Good job, Kaiju. High fives all around. They're so easy to trigger. I love it whenever they pop in. I just start just shooting shots now. I've been still around just kind of drawing. Yeah, no worry. Oh, you're going to give a drawing to a friend. That's sweet. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's so cute. Where are you drawing? I'm not even... I saw the name pop up, and I'm not even going to look at the comments. So if you think that I'm going to answer or respond to you or make any comments, I'm not. I'm not. I just don't. I don't care enough. I'm way past that, man. But yeah, oh my god. Hilarious times. Hilarious times. Especially watching this shit show go down. Oh my god. I swear to god, the world leaders sitting there, scooching their chairs away, holding their noses. God, what a fucking embarrassment. God, what a fucking embarrassment. I hate it. You're drawing a kaiju called Gorgo, who is a UK knockoff of Godzilla. She's holding a chainsaw. Oh my god, that's so cute. I love that. A UK knockoff of Godzilla? Is that really a thing? I want to see this. I want to see. It's called Gorgo? Gorgo. Oh my god! She's so cute! Oh, the UK version. Oh, I love it. I'm so glad that you said something about this. This is so cute. I kind of want to watch it. Like, that's... Ah! Incredibly realistic. Shockingly convincing. I am shockingly convinced. Based off of this photo right here. Completely convinced she's existing. Yeah. No, she's beautiful. Look at her. Oh, I love this. She's a mother looking for a kidnapped child. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. I can't. I love that so much. I didn't even really... I literally didn't read those, and I was like, is this actually a thing? So... How many BBC execs do you think are in the Epstein files? Probably fucking all of them. There's probably a lot more people than we realize that are on those fucking lists, and they all need to be fucking burnt at the stake like witches. Coming from a witch. So, we need to burn them. Because there's no room in this world for fucking pedophilia, period. What is happening with that cord? But yeah, there is nothing in this fucking world that excuses that. And that's why they're trying to lower the age of... was it not consent, but lower the age of conviction to 14, which happens to be one of the girls that came forward against Trump. 14 years old. So they're trying to get it in DC to where they can try you as an adult at 14 years old, which, by the way, if that goes national, death penalty is an adult way to, or an adult sentence. So that's a thing that could happen. Then on top of that, you lower the age of children for marriage, because a few states have already done that. They did get away with so much in the 80s and 90s. You are correct. It is appalling. It makes me visceral because those are children. Those are children that should have been protected and shouldn't have been in those situations to begin with. And people that were in power decided that that was going to be the thing. And every single one of them, including Bill Clinton, which I've never liked, should be fucking tried and brought to justice for that. Because children are meant to be protected and meant to grow and be nurtured and loved and cared about and brought into adulthood with the knowledge and the information that they need, not sexually assaulted and literally trafficked. It's disgusting. And Hillary was a super predators. I don't know what comment you're talking about, but I'm sure she was involved too. It should have been Bernie. It should have been Bernie. Sorry, Spaced. I didn't realize that you were, because you came in at the same time a Trumper did, and I was like, I'm not looking at this at all. So, but no, it should have been Bernie. I have my Bernie. You got to see this. If you're a Bernie fan, I am going to show it off though. He watches me every day. I love Bernie. But yeah, that's my little guy that watches me every single day. Him and his little mittens. I saw that that picture, this like art print from a artist, like a local artist, and I was like, that one, and they were like, this is the last print. I was like, oh my god. Like, thank you. I think it's a cute art print. I love it. I think he looks adorable. I love anything, like, I don't have like a lot of samurai prints or anything like that. It's not really in the wheelhouse of my aesthetic. This room is not indicative of the rest of the house. That's the aesthetic, but yeah, I do like that. So, ew, she called young black men super ew, I don't like that. I don't like that. I think that's abhorrent as well. And again, a lot of times those fingers that are being pointed typically are being pointed in a mirror. So, not surprising if she was involved as well. But will she get her day in court? Will any of them see their day in court? Probably not. No. But our taxes are going to be raised. We're going to be... what is it? Fucking vegetables are now 38% higher in cost. And we're going to be the ones that suffer. It's not going to be the 1% that suffers. It's going to be us. We're already infighting. They already know that. So, Russia thing wasn't a hoax. I was married to a Russian, trust me. This is not a hoax. Russia gets involved in a lot of shit because they like to have their fucking grubby little hands and everything. Again, was married to a Russian. Yeah, that is kind of how they are. So, even Trump said it on the stand, on an interview. He said, they go in, they hack. That's just what they do. That's not a comment. That's not a good comment. That means that you don't give a fuck. And you should give a fuck. Because anyone interfering with any of our elections, at any point, at any percentage, I don't give a fuck if it's as low as 0.001% of them fucking with, I don't give a fuck. That's wrong, that's illegal, and it shouldn't be here. Gerrymanders shouldn't be here. We shouldn't have gerrymandering. We should have it as it's supposed to be. And the fact that we're gerrymandering states like crazy, and yes, it is the red states a little bit more than the blue states, and I do come from Illinois, and I do know that state is gerrymandered, but I also now live in North Carolina, and our state's gerrymandered as fuck. And it's getting worse. We're not represented. The people aren't represented. It is power to the people. It is people represented. You're not being represented. That's why our costs are above what we could ever express and imagine. You think it's not bad right now? It's going to. There's going to be hospitals shut down. My mom lives in a rural area. Her hospital is in danger of shutting down. Friends of mine, their hospitals are in danger of shutting down because all these Medicaid and Medicare cuts. Immigrants don't get them. They don't have a social security number. You have to have a social security number for that. And no, you can't just get a social security number. My dad passed away recently and they shut that shit down so fast. So fast. I didn't even have a chance to even say anything. They already were in on it. They knew the second that man stopped breathing. And they cut his Medicaid and Medicare. Which is fine because that was one less thing that I had to do. As a only child. But they knew. You have to have a social security number to have any of that information. To get any of that shit. And once you're croaked out, they know. That shit's flagged. Immediately. You can't use that number. So talking about the news 24/7. Russia is that capable, unfortunately. That's factually incorrect. People don't dead people don't vote. It happens very rarely. And there was one instance where in the 2020 election that there was a dead person that voted. Their son, I believe, used the card to vote for his parent, and it was for Trump. So look up things, please. Do yourself that favor. Expand your mind. I'll have conversations with you if you'll be intellectually and emotionally honest. I'm fine with reaching across the aisle. However, no, that is not correct. Just please look it up and not go to ground news, find it out that way. But our election system is flawed, absolutely. But Trump saying that no one has mail-in elections, that's incorrect. That's factually incorrect. And Putin was the one who told him that. In Russia, they have mail-in ballots. They even can vote via internet. They can vote on the internet and through the mail. And Putin said no one uses mail-in. He's lying to him. And he's believing it. That's a problem. That's a big problem. It shouldn't happen. You're absolutely right. It absolutely shouldn't happen. We should have safe and fair elections. And we need to have secure elections. So 4 Democrats were convicted last week in Texas. Let's see. For voter fraud. Okay, let's see. Texas. Because I'm always... You think that I might not be the person that will say, okay, I was incorrect. I'm okay with that. I'm good with saying that. However, let's see. Texas Democrats. Let's see. Texas Democrats convicted voter fraud. Let's see. 9 indicted. This was July 3rd. Voter harvesting. Is that what you're talking about? Voter harvesting. South Texas grand jury reportedly indicted 9 people, including the former chair of Breckford County Democratic Party and former Texas House candidate for alleged vote harvesting. And if that, with this, if that is the case, they're in the wrong. Plain and simple. You can't have it both ways. That's the problem that I have, is the fact that we are having this one way versus the, and then if the Democrats do some shit, The goalpost moving is the problem. It hurts us. It doesn't hurt them, it hurts us. So, with this, as far as it's reading, if that is the case, I don't know if it's, did it say that they're actually, because indicted means that they're getting investigated. So they haven't been found guilty of it. And I would have to really deep dive into this. Professor's client's innocent, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, the problem is that, especially in Texas, they are moving the goalpost without changing the laws. So when you have that, if this is the issue that's happening, then that's the issue, is the goalpost movement. Because we have to play by the same rules. If we're not playing by the same rules, it becomes this. You know what I mean? And it doesn't, like, it might not affect you right this second, but it will. And it's going to. And yeah, ballot harvesting is a big no-no. They're indicted, so if that's the ones that are, that's happening, or there's one 8 days ago, Hispanic Democrat officials. God, that's another thing that pisses me the fuck off. And everybody here probably will, like, agree with me on this. But whenever they fucking paywall the news, that's a fucking problem. We need to stop paywalling the fucking news. Because how are we supposed to understand what's happening around us and understand the truth and the reality of the situation that is around us and affecting us? How are we supposed to do that when it's fucking paywalled? I don't think this is entirely paywalled, but it's enough to make me triggered about it. Like, but we all should be, because this is, how are we supposed to look things up and find the truth out for ourselves, which is important that we do. Anything that I say on here, if you want to fact check me, please, for God's sakes, do. If I'm wrong, then I'll admit that I'm wrong. I don't want to be spouting incorrect information that I haven't researched myself. I do my research all day. All fucking day. It's driving me insane. But I love it. It's I love politics now. It's like one of the things that I'm really, like, it's really getting me going and, like, making my brain work and making me look at things and go, okay, well, if, you know, whatever. Yeah. So that's why I go to, like, I spaced 1,000% agree with you. 1,000% agree with you. Because it is incredibly unfortunate that we can't look to any kind of news source that's mainstream without having that question in our heads of going, is this real? What in this is a lie? Because I feel like it's probably a lie, but it's everything. It's absolutely insane. And like I said, even worse, like they paywall this. How are we supposed to learn and educate ourselves? That's something that they don't want us to do. They don't want us to educate ourselves. They don't want us to conversate with each other. They don't want us to change our perspectives because we have a different piece of information. And that's always fine. That's a great thing. If you come up with another piece of information, you're like, oh shit, this is wrong, and you change your perspective and you change the way you do things, that's great. That's called being a human being. That's learning. That's growing. That's developing as a person. That's character development, babes. Yeah, it's absolutely true. I know for me personally, the only agenda that I have is fuck the 1% because they're trying to kill us all. Fuck the 1%, they're trying to kill us all. Like, if it wasn't apparent during COVID, which I was in the healthcare field patient facing, if that wasn't apparent then to me, like, I mean, I watched it. I was like, they're trying to kill us all off. They're trying to fucking kill us all off. So yeah, let's see. This one is 9 Latino Democrat officials plead not guilty. Oh, I think that this is actually the update for it. Okay, so the problem is that it hasn't went to trial yet, so they aren't convicted. They pleaded not guilty, saying that it's under voter suppression, which Texas is suppressing their voters. I'm in the state that I'm in, and they suppress us. That's not good. Again, it needs to be maps need to be redrawn every 10 years. The government shouldn't be involved. It should be a separate entity that, like, the people have, that they're representing the people. And that's how they draw the maps. So, you know, your schools are better. So your roads are better. So your healthcare is better. So we don't have to struggle the way that we're struggling. We're out here dying. We're out here working 2 to 3 jobs just to live, just to survive at the bare minimum. And then God forbid we have a child, and God forbid that child want to do anything like sports in school. How is a parent supposed to fucking pay for that shit now? It's crazy. I was in wrestling. I don't know how my parents could afford it at this point. We were living in a literal barn out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I really wish I was being facetious and being over exaggerating something. I literally lived in a pole barn that my stepdad built, and we lived in it. He built the entire thing. So, the 99%, baby. Ooh, ooh. Right? That's what you're going to say? The 1%'s afraid of the 99%? That's why they keep building, like, tunnels and holes and shit? Because they know we're in, like, all of that shit? Oh, God, what is it? Don't get me started on too many rabbit holes, because I will deep dive into that. I was a conservative, and I followed that rabbit hole all the way down to the core, babe. And I like scurried in there for quite a few years, and I finally like popped up and was like, oh, this is reality. The top 1% of the 1% of the top 1%. Oh my God. George Soros is kind of a I feel like he's a non-player. I think he's just I think he's a non-player. It's people, a lot of people. It's like fucking BlackRock. It's those companies those are the people that are like, it's me puppeteering. I don't know if that came across. I'm still reading this. I promise you, I am looking at it. So, cause you got me going. I'm not getting enough information on this. These are, those facing, it wouldn't surprise, the way that it's reading is that they are legal voters. Yeah, they are legal voters delivering a ballot for a third party. 2021. So it sounds like these people were delivering ballots to doors. Probably the way it looks is like in rural areas, which is like I lived in a rural area. There, not everyone has a car, and not everyone can get mail either. I knew a family that had to have a PO box because nothing went to their house. Because they lived off of an old abandoned railroad, and that's where they were. And they, like, I mean, my family was poor, but they were like way worse off than we were. And getting out, like, they just didn't have mail service where they were. So yeah. I don't think Soros is anything. I think that's just a right-wing bullshittery thing. Do I trust any of our reps? Just a couple, but not enough. Not enough. Because they'll, like, you'll vote them in for something, and then they flip-flop. And I'm really looking at fucking what's-his-face with the goddamn Carhartt hoodie. The dude that had the stroke. Fucking hell. I can't remember his name now. But I get pissed off every time I think about it. Because I'm like... He's in Pennsylvania. Fuck. Someone help me out here. But he pisses me off. Because he literally changed his tune whenever he got put in. And I was like, this is the problem. This is the fucking problem. But yeah, so far that's what that reads, is that they're probably going to be found not guilty for it. Because it looks like they weren't trying, that this wasn't a thing. This was a literal, people were bringing them that because they didn't have access. Which would make sense because we're going to see a lot of that stuff. I mean, there's some stuff in here that definitely looks hinky, but also it's not even gone through court yet, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. I wish I had a better response for it, but I mean, it's Texas. We're talking about Hispanic residents. They are underrepresented. It's a majority minority state. Not for nothing, they're trying to get those voters suppressed a lot more than anyone else, so it wouldn't surprise me that they're going after them like this. But it doesn't look like it's gone through the legalities yet, so I don't have a real big response on that one, other than it wouldn't surprise me if they're moving the goalpost again. That seems to be the ticket of, that's what they do. Man. Good combo, though. Good combo. But yeah, I just don't have that at this point. But yeah. Yeah. So it is 7. I typically jump off around 7. I definitely do today because I have to do a bunch of DragonCon prep. I got so much shit to make, it's gonna make my fucking head explode, but hey, I won't have to pay taxes anymore, so I guess that's a plus. Not paying taxes anymore. Be great. No taxation without representation, am I right? Yeah, I agree with, yeah, I agree. That broke my heart because I was like, I think knowing and watching the Hispanic voters holding up the Deport Now signs, and I was like, I was a conservative, I can tell you this is not going, you are not safe in this. You're not safe in this. This is not going to be a thing. You're going to be the ones, and I hate that I was fucking right. Because there are a lot of people that are being deported that are here legally. Did the no tax on tips. So that is only up until $20,000. Everything else past that gets taxed. So, and like how we tip workers, that's not a livable wage. That's not even, that's not even close. But that's not a livable wage still. The fact, I don't believe in tip culture anyways, because, most of these companies don't pay their servers anything anyways. And we're losing the ability to go out and about more. We're losing the ability to spend money like we used to. And that's going to hurt servers. I get it. I get it. But, I get that. It would be a hard uphill battle, but there is legislation that we could and should pass that could make that as a thing. No other country tips. To me, it is incredibly discriminatory as well, because I worked at Cracker Barrel for 2 weeks. I fucking hated it. I'm going to be completely honest. I was not a server type person. Bar back, absolutely. Like, I could do the bar and, like, do that kind of thing. Easy peasy, no problem. But, you know, you would have waitresses that, like, I happen to be one of the waitresses that didn't get tipped as much, because I wasn't Pentecostal. And I worked in a heavily Pentecostal, area, and I didn't get tipped at all. And I didn't have, like, all the piercings that you see now. I didn't have any tattoos that were visible. Service charge. I get that. Yeah, religious people are weird. But I felt so unwelcome in that environment that after my second week, I was like, I'm just going to pick up my check. And I called them and I was like, I can't do this. Because the way that I was treated by Pentecostal clients, like people that were patroning Cracker Barrel, and I felt so unwelcome with them. They would dirty look me, and, like, at the time, I think that I might have had, like, I think that I had brown hair. And, sorry, no. I had red hair, but it wasn't, like, this red. It was, like, a more natural red. And they looked at me like I was, you know, there as my clown nurse that I haunt in. Like, actually, Libby would really enjoy that, honestly. I take that back. She, like, my clown nurse OC would absolutely fucking love that moment, because she'd be like, and I brought you your food. Throw. Like, and shit, like, just crazy. But anyways, so I understand that, like, it's tip culture can be exceptionally racist, or, you know, whatever, like, the person just doesn't like the way that you look, or you happen to look like you're the girl that your husband cheated on you with. You know what I mean? Like, just little dumb shit like that can make someone not be able to pay their rent that month. And I hate that. I don't like it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I'm not a big fan of tip culture. I don't like it. I wish that we didn't have it, because it's wild. Yes, I agree with you to an extent that, yes, the no tax on tips was a good thing, but everything else that came with that bill, that's going to inevitably hurt every single one of us. Every single one of us. And even if you don't think that it will, like, even if you're a straight cis white man, the fact of the matter is that us getting rid of our Medicare and Medicaid, that means that more elderly people are going to be stuck at the hospital because they don't have the means to be able to go to a nursing home and get palliative care or get whatever. Yeah, it's going to hurt us. So this is like a example that I understand more than anything, because I've been in the healthcare field for far too long. I was patient facing for like 15 years or something like that. And, so even if you're in a city and you think that you're safe, you go to a hospital, they don't have any room for you. They have no beds for you. They have no ability to house you, and they say, I'm sorry, we can't take you in for this medical emergency. You're going to have to go to this hospital that's further away. Then if you're a cis white male, Christian male, and you're in the country, your hospital, if it takes in 30 to 40% Medicare and Medicaid, it is likely to shut down. And I cannot stress this enough. I looked at the hospitals around my mother, and every single one of them are 30 to 40%. And that's dangerous. That's extremely problematic. So, yeah, I definitely take a close look at it. The cutting Medicaid and Medicare is going to hurt us. I already know that there are plenty of rural hospitals that have been shut down. If you have a stroke or you have a heart attack, that, I might cry. I'm not even kidding, just because I care. Because I've been patient facing. I love doing hospital work. It is my favorite thing in the whole wide world, but I can't do it anymore because of the pay and because of the way that we're treated, and et cetera, et cetera. But we do need to do something about Big Pharma. Agreed. 2,000,000% agreed. But that 20 minutes extra of a drive could be the difference of you living a normal life, living disabled, or dying. Because a stroke doesn't necessarily kill you, but I've seen so many patients that we've tried to rehab and things like that can't use their arm. Their arm is completely immobile, so now they only have one arm, and just try to do something with one hand. The way that it was put to me recently is that we are one small accident away from becoming disabled. All of us. Every single one of us. There was a patient in one of my hospitals. I can't do too much detail, but they had slipped and fell in the shower, and they were in their 40, 50 range. Something to where you would think that if you fell in the shower, things would be totally fine. You'd be able to, nope. They hit their neck on the side of the tub, completely immobilized. Immediately. It's incredibly lucky that this person had someone there to be able to get them and bring them to the hospital. And I was only at the hospital for a little bit longer, because I was at the end of my my stay there, where I was moving. And one of the last days, I went and checked on them every single day. And I was always the person that drew their blood, because I really was invested in wanting to see them come through and pull out of this. Because it could have been just a nerve damage situation. They had a ton of tests done, and the last day that I was there, they were like, look, I can move my toes. And they were able to wiggle their toes on one, I think it was their left foot. And I started to cry, and I was just so over the moon that I was seeing them rehab and possibly get their movement back. Because again, we are all one accident away from that happening to us. And that's terrible. Yes. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Next stuff, it is exceptionally dangerous. And so I really hope, and I think about them way often. And I really hope that they ended up getting their mobility back. Because again, that's what's so scary about cutting Medicaid and Medicare. And it was already hard to get on as it was. I have friends that are disabled. I had my dad was disabled, the hoops and the amount of things that they have to go through and try to do to get on that is asinine. And then on top of that, the people that are telling them no aren't even physicians. That, to me, that's a really big problem. Because if a physician is telling you that you need this service, then I get that there probably were and possibly still are. I don't know if you could get away with shit the way that you could before, but I get that a long time ago we were able to, like, doctors were like, you know, getting extra money for things and blah, 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 blah. But, like, if a doctor is telling you that you need this procedure and someone on the back end billing that doesn't know fuck all about anything medical tells you, no, you don't, you're not getting this, even though if it's a life-saving operation or whatever, we shouldn't have that. Yep, same. Hate insurance companies. They're like, I can tell you horror story after horror story of patients not getting things that they need tested. Like, for instance, most Medicare or most insurance companies do not cover A1Cs, which is a blood test that kind of tests your blood glucose level over a certain period of time. And you get that number back, and that can tell you if you're pre-diabetic or what. Insurance companies, especially Medicare, will not cover A1C checks yearly for elderly people, which are at higher risk of getting diabetes. They are not able to get that tested because they would rather the person get diabetes and then give them the meds. No. 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 That doesn't make any sense. You need to, like, find it at the root and start there. You need to test elderly people for things like A1C and lipids and cholesterol. Sorry, I'm gonna start ranting it like in lab talk. Chemistry they're fucking sodium and you know, liver and kidney function. That's the word I was looking for. Their liver and kidney function and things like that, because if they can change their diet at the jump, then they can avoid being on these meds. Some can't. That's just inevitable. Some people, it's hereditary. Some people, it's too far gone. I get it. But whenever you have insurance companies that are saying, no, fuck you, we're not going to pay this, and it would help the situation from the jump, why? Why are we not doing this? It doesn't make any sense. It's like wiping before you poop. Don't make no sense. Make it make sense. Like, fuck. Oh, yeah, no, big pharma, scam, insurance scam, absolutely. See? Middle ground right there. Hey, chasing. Yeah, I know. It's just not going to make any sense. I want to see that Epstein list. I want to see it. I want to know. I want to know what these fucking monsters did and how we should, like, handle that situation. Because we need their fucking day in court. Because as someone that dealt with sexual abuse as a child, as someone that dealt with that kind of stuff, and it makes me fucking visceral. It makes me visceral. I hope that that's all they did. But we know it's not true. But yeah. I would love for them to be, like, have their day in court. Epstein wasn't the only one. He had people he was selling to. He had people that he was involved with. Who the fuck are they? So angering. Shit with kids, just fucking leave them alone. Just stop. Mm-hmm. 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 Yup. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen anything or had anyone tie it to that yet, but I've always thought it. I've always thought this. I've always just seems a little right. The pieces fit. It seems a little, seems like that could be the thing. Now I can't believe that people still think the earth is flat, and I know that they do because, oh fucking hell. There was a flat earth convention close by my house, and I was like, fucking Christ, no. No. If the earth was flat, the cats would have thrown everything off this motherfucker already. Please. Every tiger, every lion, every house cat. Bruce perked up whenever I said that. He's like, I would knock everything off. Starting with every pin. He loves knocking. Like, I did kind of do that to him, though. Because I had a pin on my notepad, and I was, like, doing this with him. And now he just, like, he loves to, like, knock pins off, which hopefully that's the only thing that he's going to start knocking off tables, because I really don't want to deal with it, but... Space, don't tell me things like this. I might fall into this rabbit hole. That would kind of connect. Ooh, no. No, space. Shit. But that would connect. That would connect. It seems too connecty on that one. So I say space. You'd probably have some... That's probably... No. It wouldn't surprise me, but also because like we're in cohorts with them. Cohorts? What the fuck? I don't even know. My fucking brain is fried, but I don't know, chasing. I don't think that, but it wouldn't surprise me if like CIA and Mossad's involved or things like that are involved. Yeah, I've always said it. I'm like, it goes to the top, but like I really think it goes to the top, like, because the more power you have, it seems like the more corrupt you are. So I don't know. God, I hope not, chasing. I really hope not. I don't think so. I think he knew too much, and they... Did you see the cell? Oh shit! Now I'm gonna rock talk with you too. Have you seen the cell? How did a man that's taller than, like, I'm 5'2". I couldn't have done that from that cell. I couldn't have done that. Like, my legs would be touching the floor. How did he supposedly do this? You know, it's that thing, like, shut up, chasing. Oh my God, $20 bill. Don't do this. You know you'll fuck with me. You know you'll fuck with me on that one. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's, so chasing the birds that are cameras thing is the funniest, like, conspiracy theory that I've ever heard. But I do love to reference it as a joke. And I have, like, at MagFest, they have these things to where you can, like, write on the signs and, like, sign them. And someone said the birds aren't real, they're cameras. And someone was like, you're right. And then we just, like, a bunch of people kept, like, jokingly putting shit on there. And I was like, it kept growing, too. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. I love it. Yeah. But that's, yeah, space, thank you! Yes! It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's so, like, he was what? Fucking, like, 5'11" or some shit like that? He was taller, like, way taller than me. And I was like, none of this could have happened. So, and then you can't see the cell door at all in that video. Did you actually know about that, like, the whole layout of that video? God damn it. I really, like, I have to go before 8, but, like, god damn it. You got me started. But, like, the cell, that video has been fucked with. They actually did, like, a, investigation on it, like, some random, CSI kind of people, and they were, kind of going through it, and they were like, there's all these saves to this file. The missing minute, which actually was missing 3. Like, oh god. Shane, I read that! Maxwell worked for Disney as a hire, and then guess what? Also that fucking monster that did all those Disney shows. Yeah, and it was photoshopped. Like, the connections. Oh my god. It's too, and the thing is that, like, it sounds so conspiracy, but the thing is that if you have someone bringing in kids for your company, for Disney, she was, Shane, thank you, talent scout. The girls that came forward said she's just as big of a monster. Oh my god. It all goes back to, yeah. It goes all the way to the top, baby! To the top, you know? Yeah. Boy Meets World wasn't as wholesome as one would think. Shut up, chasing. Oh, wait, didn't the older brother No, that was on iCarly. The older brother always stayed on set because of the one dude. And, like, not for nothing, poor, like, Amanda Bynes, I know she's still with us, but, like, the shit that she had to have went through, guys. I'm sorry, but, like, that dude was in a hot tub with Amanda Bynes, like, doing a skit. No. He's into foot fetish stuff. I'm not dogging on any foot fetish people because, like, that tends to be where I collect my money, because I do put these little doggies on the internet, but, like, no hate towards the foot fetish people, but, like, that dude had a foot fetish, and he had, like, in, oh my god, the one with Ariana Grande, that TV show, he had those kids do foot shit. There was, like, an entire episode dedicated to the kids going to the spa to get the fish to eat, like, shit off their feet. And I was like, oh my god. And maybe, I know he's definitely a client, but, like, yeah. Yeah, possibly. You never know. We can speculate all we want, but yeah, Britney too. Fuck, dude. Britney, like, god. The horrors that they had to have endured as children. And no child, 0, should ever have to fucking deal with that. Ever. Period. I don't want kids, especially since, like, everything. I would be obsessively, like, hovering over their shoulder, checking everything. I don't know how parents do it nowadays. I don't know how they do it. And then on top of that, like, during the, like, Epstein and Trump having the, like, or, not Epstein, but, one of their friends had, like, a model agency. And whenever I saw the model agency name, and I can't think of it right now, but it came across my screen, and I gasped. because I had put in for that model agency, and I was exactly the child that they were looking for. A kid that came from a broken home, that's abused, that's willing to do anything to get out of that situation. I was perfect prime target, but luckily they never called me. Thank God I was not their type. You know, and yeah, also that too. It's so fucking disgusting. So yeah, like seeing that made my fucking blood run cold, because I was like, holy shit, this ties close enough to me that it makes me go, oh my God. Like, and I was in that time period. I could have easily been in that. Yeah. Now having a 14-year-old usher, a bunch of people, adult. Yeah. Yeah. It's so bad. It's so bad. Ugh. Lord. Spaced. Good talk. Good talk, bud. Sorry if I came off as hostile. I'm just like, oh God, you came in right as another like a person that was being a dick came in, and I was like, I'm not even reading this shit. I'm not doing it. But yeah. You collect bathwater, how much is it? 50? Wait, how much is Belle Delphine's? We'll price match her. Belle Delphine bathwater. Price. I should have said price. Hold on. We'll get you. Oh, wait. Never mind. Hers was 30, so we'll go 25. I'm not as popular as she is. 25. There you go. There's your price. Oh my God. Just leave your dried orange peel ass alone. Oh my God. Listen, orange peels are great for, like, you know, putting in a little stir pot, throwing a little cinnamon up in that piece, setting it on the stove, and all of a sudden your house smells really good. So there you go. Look, potpourri. There you go. You can pick it up at DragonCon. Hell yeah. Do not fucking tempt me. I will do it. I've always said, you know, like, people get Belle Delphine shit and, like, all these girls shit for doing the bathwater thing, but I was like, tangibles are tangibles, you know? Anyways, sorry. Getting way off of it, but, oh, I can, like, I will legitimately have one of my my Christian priest friends bless my bathwater, and I will get into that motherfucker. It will become very unblessed the second that my toes slip in, but do not tempt me. I can do crazy shit. And my friends have been asked to do way weirder. So, oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, all right. Great talk, everybody. I do have to run. I have some stuff that I have to do at 8 p.m. And then also I have to cry a little bit as I try to finish up costumes for DragonCon. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but we're going to try. We'll see. We'll see if I can get stuff done. But anyways, thanks guys for hanging out, chasing, spaced, excellent talk. Shane, always love to see you. Let's see. I know Kaiju might still be around. Kaiju, I love you. And we probably still maybe have Toy or Leia. I don't know. We might have still them in here, but I don't know. They're on the other side. The other side. Oh, Shane's also on the other side. Interesting. But anyways, so yeah, I'm going to, oh God, what have I done? There we go. All right. So I'm going to, when people don't get emotional, it's easy to talk politics. Absolutely. I agree with that. I get emotional for the right reasons, like whenever it comes to, like, I don't know, actually protecting kids instead of making legislation to where we have to dox ourselves to even get internet access because we have to use our IDs and shit, or like websites, certain websites, because that's against the First Amendment and blah 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 blah. Yeah. I can talk forever on that, but I'm not going to because I do have to jump off here. But anyways, good talk, Spaced. Hope you come around again. I'm down to talk about that because I'm learning about more of that legislation, especially FOSTA SESTA and things like that that are used as tools to say that we're protecting the kids, but it's not fucking protecting the kids at all. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm going to be talking a lot more of that, and I'm probably going to do, like, come October, whenever I have some time, do like a full deep dive into it and do an actual video on FOSTA SESTA and the repeal of it and how we need to roll back censorship on the internet, because the internet was never made to be a safe space for children. It was never made to be really a safe space for adults even. So, and now it's just becoming increasingly more unsafe by doing things under the guise of safety. But yeah. Yeah, credit cards are removing all not safe from work. That's also problematic. We deserve our smut, and the thing with not safe for work also encompasses smut books. So like anyone out there reading romance novels, those are on the chopping block. But then where does the censorship stop? They're always going to continuously grab for more. Yeah, the internet was for porn. There's a song about it. It's supposed to be for porn. The internet is for porn. Anyways, it's an old song, so. Yeah, antitrust laws, agreed. Have to host a website offshore to avoid it all. The problem is that a lot of people don't have that ability, which kind of sucks. So it's so silly. But yeah, I'm definitely down to extends to non-consensual. Yeah. Yep, first-person shooter game. You're fucking right. FPS is gone. Yep. It's an easy, slippery slope for taking away more of our ability to speak our mind on the internet. And I understand, and goddamn it, I do have to go at some point, but like, I do understand that, you know, they want to make the internet safe, but the thing is the internet's never going to be safe. So we need to stop fucking around with that. VPN can only help us for so long before it ends up like snowballing into everything else. As someone that has done that kind of content and still does that kind of content, it always starts with us first and then goes into everyone else. And unfortunately, a lot of us are going to realize that that's going to also extend to our anime. They are coming for our anime waifus. We can't let them. High School DxD, you're gone. That's it. That's all she wrote. So, like, and I have a lot of friends that fucking love anime, so. Came and play Stardew. Oh, you're right. Spaced. Good point. That is an overreach, but a reach that they're willing to make. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, chasing. Oh, man. Anyways, great talk, everybody. I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yes, give them an inch and they will take a mile. 100,000%. You are correct. Yeah, that's why you never open the door to begin with. Yep. GTA 6 banned on release, boys! Oh, no! Fuck. No, we need GTA. What are we gonna do without GTA? Anyways, love you all. Thank you all so much for hanging out and having amazing conversations. I hope everyone has a great night. I will be back on 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday or I don't even know what day it is. Oh, it is Wednesday. Okay. So I'll be on tomorrow and Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely be chatting about more DragonCon bullshit. I'll be packing up more. Oh, we're 6 days and 8 hours. I didn't change that. 7 hours. Oh, yep, 7 hours. Oh, God. I have too many things to make. It's not gonna happen, is it? Anyways, I'm gonna go. Hey, RJ. No worries. We're gonna be popping out. So, anyways, like I said, I'll be back on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. If you are not checking out my other links, jennasaywhat.com/links. Definitely go check that out. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Again, great talk, everybody. Hope everyone has a great night. Stay safe out there, and fuck the 1%. We reign supreme. We're 99%, baby. Ooh, ooh. Anyways, I love you guys. See you tomorrow.